What will the death of Pontiac mean for GM?
Here with his take from Minneapolis is Darwin Holmstrom. He's Motorbooks senior editor and perhaps more importantly, author of GTO Pontiac's Great One. Nice to have you, Darwin.
Thank you. It's nice to be here.
Well, you've got a perfect name, survival of the fittest, and perhaps that Pontiac was not the fittest of all of the nameplates that General Motors has. But does this great brand just simply disappear, go away?
Well, the classic Pontiacs are going to be around for the rest of our lives and probably outlive us. But Pontiac, I wouldn't say Pontiac was the weakest of the brands. Pontiac withered because of a total lack of promotion. I know car enthusiasts that don't even know the G8 exists. People would be prime customers for the car.
Well, it sounds like you're blaming. It sounds like you're blaming the management then, if it wasn't promoted properly.
Well, I'm a big fan of GM. I've worked with GM. They're great people, but I've met people at Pontiac that I wasn't terribly impressed with. But that's beside the point. Like Gene Jennings said, there's really nobody could have foreseen this storm, this economic firestorm we're going through right now. Still, I think a lot of us knew Pontiac was doomed. I finished my book, GTO, about late last summer, and I turned it into my editor. And I think we knew that probably the writing was on the wall for Pontiac even then. So it's sort of been like a lingering disease it's been suffering from. Still, it was, when the announcement came Friday, I was sort of in mourning through the weekend. Yeah. But watching the news today, reading about the restructuring plan and the government owning 50% of, or being the majority shareholder in GM, it kind of reminds me of the Yugo or the Skoda when the Soviet Union was running the car industry.
Or the Lada.
Yeah, I mean, maybe we're lucky Pontiac is going away before it can suffer the humiliation. The humiliation
of the punchline of late night television. But perhaps, as we just saw from Woody's dealership in Illinois, that maybe these things become some serious collector's items and get, in kind of a funny way, more value after they die. Well,
possibly that's true of the G8. That's certainly true of the classic GTOs and Firebirds and Trans Ams and the old muscle cars from the 60s and but I really wouldn't count on your G6 being a collector's item anytime soon. It's or that new G3, which is a Korean import with a Pontiac badge. The G8, perhaps. The G8's a phenomenal car. Pontiac had the basis. There's still a strong enough enthusiast base that just absolutely worships Pontiac like no other American brand out there to make Pontiac viable. But it would have taken billions and billions of dollars in marketing and development. And realistically, there's no way GM could afford to throw that kind of money at the division.
By the way, lest we forget, the GTO was born because of John DeLorean deciding to take a big old engine and just strap it onto a little Tempest, right?
Well, like I said, that's all here in my book, which I lugged this thing downtown.
It's a beautiful book.
I have to show it off.
Beautiful
make
book.
my publicist happy.
Darwin, thank you. Darwin, I'm afraid we're up against a heartbreak, but we'll have you back on, Darwin, and please get over it. There will be other cards that you'll love, I promise.